Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 5th to the 11th of September 2022. The two big things happening this week are Mercury turning retrograde and the full moon in Pisces, and they both pretty much coincide. So we'll break them down separately first and then see how they're working together. So Mercury is turning retrograde on the 9th or 10th and direct again on the 2nd of October. We're heading back from 8 degrees Libra to 24 degrees Virgo, so please do find that in your chart and any aspects and angles to it, because each of our stories is going to be unique. But on a general level, we were looking last week at cleansing the emotional mental field, as Virgo is the mental and Libra is the emotional. And we're in a time where we're summing up lots of our past stories because we can't afford to take the baggage forwards. And this is even seemingly extending into past life contracts as well. There's some confusing relationships around at the moment with trying to force something into a current life box that won't fit that pattern. So that's going to be an aspect that really comes up strongly this week. But we're learning to be able to feel the energetic field of someone and the combination of our energetic field with them, and let go of a lot of the mental psychology and the romantic story so that we can flow in a more soul-to-soul flow way of relating in the future. So I feel with this combination, Virgo can be judgment, and that's judgment of self and others, and then Libra takes us into the relationship field. Aries is I am, and opposite Libra is we are. So we'll be looking at judgment, projection, and liberating ourselves really from the boxes that we've put each other in, that we've put ourselves in, and the beliefs that led to that imprisonment. So letting go of the fake personality story, letting go of romantic templates, letting go of having to think and know and have clarity and a timeline going forwards with a plan, a goal, an attachment, and just bathing really in the energetic field of two unique souls that are possibly reuniting rather than meeting for the first time, and letting that soul contract reveal itself rather than trying to force what we want or need onto the connection. But as with all things relationship, this is really an opportunity for us to get to know our unique essence, to really get to know ourselves, letting go of all those stories and limitations, so that we're then free to attract other free souls that share our vibration. And relationships going forwards will be based on shared creativity, dreams, inspiration, adventure, and allowing ourselves and the other person to blossom naturally, focusing on taking a relationship energy deeper rather than pushing forwards, and a sense of celebration and appreciation for the bond itself before we try and label it and structure it. So that's the essence of Mercury retrograde coming up 9th or 10th of September to the 2nd of October, but on the same day, on the 10th of October, we have the full moon in Pisces. So the full moon in Pisces is opposite Virgo, so we have the moon and Neptune in Pisces and Venus and the Sun in Virgo. I've noticed when anything happens across this axis, we can have a realization of how to discern between fantasy and reality. So on the one hand, we've got the highly focused processing mind that wants to make sense of everything mentally, and on the other hand, we've actually got our soul cellular feeling, which is our imagination, our intuition, which doesn't have any clear boundaries or definitions. And there'll be an opportunity to explore both sides of ourselves in that respect. And it feels very restful, finding pure spiritual alignment, returning to source in our view of self, going from lack and separation to unity consciousness, and immersing ourselves in the allowing, in the surrender to divine timing and cosmic unfolding, rather than having to micromanage every part of our world. Those past life contracts I was talking about come up to be resolved, because again, we can't take any baggage forwards. And with all of these things, we just wanted to learn, to remember, to expand our consciousness, to experience a different aspect of how to relate with others, and therefore who we are in ourselves as well. So it's quite a confusing time for relationships generally. It's certainly not going to be a time to try and figure things out mentally and get clarity that way. But if we let go and allow space, it's only 3 weeks for the Mercury retrograde. There's actually a sense of relief, not having to try, trusting, curious. With Mercury retrograde, it's always curious. If things are different to how we've been perceiving, then how? Let's just stand back and observe without attachment and a sense of humour and see what comes up, see what reveals itself. So the combination of these two is really going to recalibrate our relationship with Source, Self and Other, help us dissolve into divine timing and let go of the need to control, to push things before their time, or to push towards goals that aren't set from an integral place. We may feel quite sleepy, quite otherworldly. Our imaginations will be really strong. Creativity is blessed under this alignment, and our intuition to stop and listen to our ancient knowing, and therefore centre in a deeper place, which means when we come out of this, all our thoughts, words and actions will be coming from a deeper place, and therefore bring us much more meaningful rewards. So it feels latent, it feels potent, it feels pumping. There's nothing we need to do other than give ourselves permission to let go and observe and feel and recalibrate. And on the big wheel of time, this is getting us ready for some very liberating, vibrational, independent and integral energies that are coming through for the next couple of years. So have a look at where this is happening for you. The end of Virgo and the beginning of Libra. And the full moon is 17 degrees Pisces, if you also want to locate that and make this more personal for you according to which house it's in and which other planets are involved. If you'd like some help with that, I am available for one-to-one readings, zoehind7@gmail.com, where we can look at your chart, what's going on now, what's coming up, as your soul vibration, know thyself, as the plan that you gave yourself this lifetime, decode some of those secrets. We can also learn your chart, including tarot and numerology, as this is a prime study over the winter months. We're in the back to school phase now, putting our mind to something useful, something deep, really getting to know our own uniqueness is absolutely blessed this winter, so very happy to customise lessons for you. And I also have coaching sessions. If you want to look at past lives, if you want to look at beliefs that are causing limitations and how to break patterns, then we can go deep into specifics there. So wishing you a wonderful week. Everything's culminating with the Mercury retrograde and the full moon in Pisces. While things won't seem to make sense in the rational mental world, this is a prime opportunity for us to rest, rinse and release and tune in to our deeper wisdom and knowing. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.